Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on setting up your Blue Cube account and transferring all your files to it. So what I'm going to do to start is we have to go out to the Blue Cube and create an account. So I'm going to click on there and click on the icon, or you could just type Blue Cube just like that up in your address. You don't have to type the Cobalt part. So the Blue Cube is basically a web server that we've set up that works only in the school. So when you go home, you won't be able to see it. But the things that we're going to do in the Blue Cube and the way we're going to transfer our files, you could do that to any web server at all in the world. And there's some free ones, so that you could also do this later on a different web server, and then it would be live on the internet. And then you could see your work wherever you are in the world. But for this assignment, we want to just set it up on the Blue Cube. And this is how I'm going to check your work from now on. So instead of going into your H drives, I'm just going to come out here. I'm going to find your name, like Lupe, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to be able to click on each one of your files. And the nice thing about the Blue Cube is the Blue Cube is publicly viewable for anybody in the school, so you can see each other's work. So if you're not really sure about how did Josh do Dreamweaver 3, you can see what he did. So it's kind of a nice feature. So the first thing you have to do is create an account. So you're going to add user, and then you're going to just put in your name. Oh, Blakeslee's here. Let me pause this. Okay, I'm back. Blakeslee's gone. So you type in your name, and it usually will put in, I think so I stopped typing there, it'll put in your first initial and your last name. You can use that as your username, or you can change it if you want. Some people like to call me that. Or whatever your password you make it, just don't forget whatever it is. And then just click confirm new user. Now, I have noticed, and it says saving configuration, sometimes for some browsers this can take a while, and like mine went right away. If yours just gives you trouble, try it again, switch to Internet Explorer, or switch over to Chrome. And worst case scenario, if you've tried it like 3 or 4 times and just sits there and doesn't work, go to a different computer. Eventually it will work. Then when you go view users, you should see your account. Now, it'll be alphabetical. Here it is. Now, when I click on my home page, it's got this generic page. This is the generic home page that the Blue Cube made. So what I want to do is replace it with my real home page. So let's go ahead and get that going. So I'm going to come over to Dreamweaver. We've already got it open. And what we have to do is now we have to click on this and manage our site. And we're going to have to edit our site. This stuff is going to stay the same. Where is it going to stay the same? Now yours just says H:. Yours doesn't have the web design. So don't just ignore that part. This is the step you want to get to, step 4. How do you connect to a remote server? Now we have a remote server because of the Blue Cube, and we're going to use FTP, File Transfer Protocol. You can learn more about that if you want on Wikipedia. So what is the name of the web server? It's called Blue Cube, just like that. This folder you leave blank. And what's your login? Whatever it is that you made. Hopefully you can remember it. And then your password. Oh my God, I totally forgot my password. Let me pause this. Okay, I remembered it. It was just MRIC. So whatever it is, but before you go to next, test it. Make sure you're right. So mine's testing right now. It's trying to connect. Yes, it was good. Okay. And then I go to next, next, and then done. Done. And now, nothing changes, but now if I click on these little plugs, I can actually connect to the Blue Cube account. And you'll see it saying background, connecting, retrieving. Now it's kind of lit up. That means I'm connected. Everything looks the same, but now if I click on this icon, I'm going to get to see both sides. The side on the right that's all green, that's the stuff that's in my H drive. The stuff on the left, that's the stuff that's on Blue Cube. And notice there's an index page here, and there's also one here. Now be careful, because this index page here, this is one that you made. It looks like this, right? Or something similar. Now, this index page is the one that they made. I'm not going to double click that. If you double click it, it's going to download and it's going to erase yours. So don't double click it. I'll just remind you, it looks like this. So what I want to do is, first of all, is delete the one on the left, because I don't need that one. So I'm just going to hit my delete on the keyboard. Now it's gone. Now let's go out to the internet and see if it's really gone. Hit refresh, and look, there it is. Boom, it's gone. Instead of showing me the file, it's just showing me these folders. And now I want my file to replace it. So I'm going to hit that little blue arrow that uploads files. Put dependent files, yes, I'll tell you what those mean in a minute. And now let's come over here and hit refresh again. And there's my home page. Now the links aren't going to work though, file not found, because those files, lesson 2 and lesson 3, those files haven't been uploaded. See, they're over here, lesson 2, so there's my folder, lesson 3, but I haven't uploaded them. So what you're going to have to do now is upload all of your stuff. Now what you can do is holding your shift key down. If your folder's like mine, it's pretty neat. You can hold down shift and just upload the things that you need. Using shift, if you click on the one on the top and the one on the bottom, it'll highlight everything in between. Now if there's a folder, let's say hour 7 and hour 5 and hour 4, you really don't need to upload, then you can just use the control key and unclick them. So control key allows you to select like non-adjacent items, things that aren't next to each other. The shift key allows you to select everything at once. So for the very first time, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to upload, well, just for this thing, I'm going to upload lesson 3 folder. Put pendant files, I'm going to say yes. So the pendant files are pictures. Generally they're pictures. Those are like, if you have a picture on your page, then you should say yes, and then it'll upload the picture. So now when I come back here and click lesson 3, it comes my lesson 3 because it's been uploaded. Now what you're going to have to remember is every time you make a change, now if I click on this, I'll come back. Let's say I change my home page and I want to say Dream Weaver 4, I want to add a comment. Loved it. So now I'm going to save it. So think about it. I just changed this index page, the one that's in my H drive, this one here. I did not change the one that's in the blue cube. So if I come back to blue cube and I hit refresh, nothing shows up because it's still got the old one. So every time you make a change, if you add some more text or you make a hyperlink, you have to remember to upload that file. And there's 2 ways to do it. You can also, like the first way I showed you, is click on the file and then hit the blue arrow. But another way that I like this even better is since the file is already open, I can click on this blue arrow right here, hold it down, and say put the pendant files. I always just say yes. You can just always say yes, even though there's no pictures on this page. You can. It doesn't hurt. Just say yes, and then I come back here and now I hit refresh. And now I hit refresh. There it is. Loved it. So the thing I just added is there. And if I had links, let's say I had linked this to lesson 4, rafting. Boom. Now I have to upload this file. Do I want to save it first? Yes, because I just made that change. Yes. Now, if I come back to here, refresh, rafting's lit up, but when I click it, file not found, because the file, rafting tours, I didn't upload. So now I'm going to have to remember to go to this file, rafting tours, and upload this. Yes. Come back, refresh, and there it is. So that's the quick lesson on Blue Cube. Pretty quick lesson, hopefully. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But just remember, from now on, every time, every assignment that you do, you have to always remember to upload the files, anything that's new or any changes you make, because I'm always going to check your work now in the Blue Cube. I'm not going to go into your H drive to look at it. And that's what, the reason we do that is because that's how it's in real life. When you want to make a web page, you got to make your stuff live, and you got to publish it to the web. People aren't going to come into your drive space to look at it. So I think that's all for this lesson.